exactly.
That's basically how I play Ninja Dancer.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good way to do it. And it looks like we are off. So if anyone's just joining us, we are doing some low percent Spelunky racing. That means do not pick up any items. Don't pick up any damsels. I guess you can pick up a shotgun but not fire it. Is that right?
That is correct. Yeah, it gets a bit in the weeds with some items, like a shield, for example. You are not allowed to pick up at all because it's just useful without activation. You know. But yeah, most of the activated items you can pick up as long as you don't fire them.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I can't help but notice that Jake is saying that Chub Scout's hitbox is weird. Is that true? Have I been hobbling myself this whole time?
I'm gonna go out on a limb without any prior knowledge and say there's no way that's true. I've got to assume that all the characters have the same hitbox. I would
might be like they have
really
the same
surprised,
hitbox, but the sprite doesn't mesh it properly. Maybe that's what it is.
Oh, is that what he means? Okay, yeah. Maybe that's true. But I would be very shocked if there were actually different sized hitboxes.
Okay.
But I feel like that would have come up for me by now. No one's ever talked about that.
By the way, this is a blistering pace right now. These two racers are going so fast, and
these guys are machines. They're both crazy fast. I would say Maz at this point is the kind of the champion of SFC events so far. His win-loss record has been very, very good. He also has
there's Black Market.
He also has amazing seed retention. He remembers all the little slight advantages you can use on every level very well.
Oh, it looks like we're going through the Black Market. Now that is legal? You can do
totally legal, yep. Just as long as you don't break your low percent along the way.
Right.
It's great if you're in 2-1 and the Black Market entrance is right at the top. It makes for a very short 2-1.
Yeah, that was a late Black Market, so I don't know why they went with that. But it actually ended up skipping a pretty good, that, I think it was 2-4, was quite bad. So it ended up, I think, skipping that for back, if I'm understanding how Black Market level gen stuff works.
Well, I mean, you always know how the Black Market is going to go, so you don't have to, search for the exit or anything.
We got ourselves another 3-2 wet fur.
Gross.
So the wet furs are just... They're just in there.
Never on an AJE, always on a speed run.
Yep. So true.
Ixmez does have at least one loss. He probably has a couple. I know he had one in the first event to GC. He went 3-1 for that event, which is still pretty goddamn impressive.
That's really good.
I can't remember his stats for the Hell one, but he does well. He does really well.
Love that bouncing Yeti. Very nice.
It's very friendly.
Mm-hmm. He's just having a good time. Oh, for a second there, I thought that Maz was on the bottom layer and just took a drop down, but that is not what happened there. Looks like the way that Maz went actually worked out a little better than what Back is doing right now.
Yeah, Back's struggling with this a bit, but just uses a rope. That's cool.
Yeah, I feel like Maz's efficiency is right up there. We're seeing some really good moves, maneuvers. I actually, it first started to sort of change around, 2-2, when it looked like Back just kind of started going the wrong way for a second. And that started the sort of difference between these two racers, and then it just kind of continued. Yeah, these guys seems to be reeling it in a bit.
These guys are at such a level that those small differences will add up, for sure.
Yeah. Now, you can use a skull to trigger an arrow trap. Can you use a skull to hit a guy?
You can use environmental items that are just scattered throughout for anything you like. They're not considered an item, in quotes. Only the things that show up on your HUD, essentially.
Right. Okay.
But the low percent rules discussion,
but also like shotguns and stuff. Yeah, there's like a
whole the rules discussion is in contention all the time about how it should be worded. But I think everyone here that's running has a reasonable handle on what they are. Thankfully.
Yeah, boomerangs is a weird one, but yeah, I get that because some of the enemies carry those around. This is close. We got both racers on Olmec. I think reasonably good resources for both of them. I think Back is slightly better off resource-wise.
I think they're both on the 3 bomb.
That's
yeah. So they're both doing the 3-bomb fast strat.
So you throw the bomb and then you plant 2 bombs. Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah, you can either plant them or you can do like Maz did and use them at the bottom layer.
Wow, and just like that, GG. And a bit of a crazy situation here, and without... Oh, nice up-whipping. I cannot do that. I'm bad at it.
Back handles the Zulal very well. What a race. I mean, that was just sick.
Yeah, super close. 5 minutes. Awesome job. First try both racers.
5 minutes, 4 seconds, about 10 seconds in it.
So was that the seed, or was that just the level of these racers?
Probably a bit of both. A little bit of both.
Because if we broke this pairing up and ended up throwing a couple of the racers who did not finish, do you think that they would both have a win here?
Yeah,